everyone, welcome to our course on handwriting analysis. I'm your guide for this journey, and together we will explore how handwriting can reveal various aspects of a person's character. 1. What your handwriting says about you. What if I told you that your handwriting can reveal a lot about your personality and outlook on life? Yes, you heard it right, even though we all were taught to write our letters in a certain way in school. As we grow older, we tend to deviate from that teaching. These deviations could be the expression of specific personality traits. 2. Shape of letters. The roundness of someone's letters can show their openness. The more loops and open circles in someone's writing, the more relaxed and open they are. In contrast, people who write with straight lines rather than a lot of loops tend to be tenser. Rounded letters might also signify someone who's more artistic and creative, while pointy letters indicate someone who's more rational and aggressive. 3. Position and shape of eye dots. The location of the eye dot can tell you how visionary someone is. Generally, the further away from the stem a person dots their eyes, the more imaginative and creative they're seen to be. An eye dot closer to the stem means the writer is organized and pays attention to detail. For position and shape of T-bars, the position of the T-bar on the stem indicates the writer's self-esteem. If the person crosses their lowercase t's high on the stem, they have very high self-esteem. If it's crossed very low, that could indicate that they fear failure and resist change. For size and proportion of letters, the size of a writer's letters shows how they fit in with their environment. Large letters might indicate that someone demands attention, while smaller letters are typically written by someone who is modest and unassuming. Small handwriting can also indicate someone with strong focus and concentration. 5. Letter slant. The slant of a person's letters tells you their emotional direction. If the letters angle back to the left, the person is likely defensive and fearful of the future. If the letters angle forward to the right, the person tends to be very expressive, intense, and impulsive. 6. Letter spacing. The space between letters shows the writer's need for personal space. Someone who writes with plenty of space between each letter typically doesn't like to be crowded and needs a lot of personal space. If their letters are closer together or even overlapping, it indicates they prefer to be around people and get lonely easily. 7. Word spacing. The space between words relates to how sociable someone is. A writer who leaves a wider space between their words usually avoids a crowd and is pretty introverted. In contrast, someone who writes their words close together probably enjoys crowds and is more extroverted and outgoing. 8. Line spacing. How someone spaces their lines shows how they react in relationships. Someone who leaves wide, even spaces between their lines tends to have clear, organized thinking and a good sense of boundaries. Narrow spacing between lines that causes letters to overlap, on the other hand, shows a person who might be overly familiar with others and have trouble with personal boundaries. 9. Baseline slope. The slope of the lines gives insight into the writer's outlook on life. A person whose writing slopes upward from the left is generally optimistic, while someone whose writing slopes downward is considered more pessimistic. If their writing is generally level, they tend to be a pretty balanced person. 10. Pen pressure. Pen pressure tells you how much physical and emotional energy the writer exerts. People who write with heavy pressure tend to have strong vitality and intense emotions. Those who write with very light pressure, on the other hand, are more passive or sedentary and likely avoid confrontation. Most people write with medium pressure, indicating more of a balance. Remember, you need several handwriting samples to interpret the writer's personality as a whole. 11. Margins. The space a person uses to write corresponds to their orientation in time. Writing far to the left indicates a person who stays rooted in the past. while writing all the way to the right edge tells you the person is eager and impatient to do new things. Writing close to the top of the page means a person is an imaginative dreamer, while writing all the way to the bottom tells you they're very grounded and practical. Some graphologists interpret the writing of a person who leaves little to no margins all the way around to mean that person is insecure. Those who leave a very even margin around all sides of their writing are thought to be balanced and self-disciplined people. Are you fascinated by what we've discussed in this video? Do you want to uncover the secrets hidden in handwriting and understand more about yourself and others? If so, I invite you to delve deeper into the world of handwriting analysis. Remember, anyone can learn how to analyze handwriting. It's a skill that can be used in various fields such as employee screening, compatibility assessment, and personal growth. It's not just for experts or criminal investigations. So why wait? Start your journey in handwriting analysis today. Explore the size, shape, pressure, slant, and spacing of your own handwriting. See what your handwriting reveals about your personality traits and characteristics. Remember, the more you learn, the more you'll see that every stroke tells a story. So, go ahead and take a tour of the fascinating world of handwriting analysis. Discover the stories hidden in every stroke. See you in our next video.